Alright, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles, my elders, a great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings to the fellow laborers out there pushing this work, doing the work, doing the work of an evangelist, suffering this wicked hellhole we call America. All right, the captivity, the pretty much the concentration camp of the Israelites. So I'm in transit once again, and I was meditating on how quick this day went, how quick this day went by. All right, it's already about to be 9 p.m. so to speak, and I try to go to bed at a certain time, so I can just, I can be more punctual in certain things in the morning. I won't be tired and shit. So I'm like, damn, I gotta pretty much, just get home, eat a little food and then start laying it down. I'm like, damn, I wish there was more time in the day, even though, we want this place to go down, but there's certain things I'm like, damn, I want to read more, I want to do this, I want to do that. That's just another testament. That's just another testament that America is crumbling, and that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he's speeding up the time for the elect. And the scripture popped up in my head in Matthew the 24th chapter, the 22nd verse, and also the I want to say the 12th verse. Also, I'm gonna get those scriptures, And I was like, man, this is great, because I'm driving home, like, man, I'm feeling good, because I was just meditating on the fact that this place is going down. And talking to these people, seeing these people out here in the world, you see that they're totally bugged out. They're ready for the chip. They're all their attention is pretty much into their smartphone, just randomly looking at things on Instagram, on Facebook. Okay, they're not staying up to par on different current world events. All right, we know, the men of the Lord know, because we have that spiritual eye, that foresight. We're circumspect. Not only are we circumspect within our body, and then the church, we're circumspect with the current in the world events. All right, because the Lord, he has called us to be watchmen. All right, these people, they have not been called, nor have they been chosen. All right, 2/3 of our people, okay, the so-called white man, in these other nations, all right, they have no idea what's going on. All right, so when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna get caught by surprise. Now, going back onto let me go to the scripture. Actually, it's better for me just to bring out the scripture. Because this, our thing that we're into, is scripture based. All right. This is Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the time is being sped up. The days are being shortened. The actual day is still 24 hours in a day, but to a spiritual man, right? To a spiritual man, that's why the scriptures say in 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, that a spiritual man judgeth all things. So a spiritual man, he sees that the time is being sped up for the elect. Okay. So by knowing that, that, hey man, we have a very short time, okay, to come back to our power. All right, we have a very short time to stay diligent, to keep pushing this work. All right, because this place is ripe for destruction. All right, any given day now, all right, according to the prophecies, any given day now, this place can go down. And that's the mind frame that you got to have in your mind. All right, you're not supposed to have the mind. Well, what if we're here 5 more years? Well, I'm gonna go back to school, and then I'm gonna settle down. I got a time frame of how long I'm gonna serve the Lord. Okay, ultimately, say this place does go on another 3-4 years. Well, you just endure that shit, man. The scriptures say, Lord is not slack concerning his promises. He said, though it tarry, wait for it. So to our mind, to your feeble mind, I'm gonna say that, because the men of Great Millstone, we know that this place is going to be destroyed. We know that the Lord, he's speeding up the time for the elect's sake. All right, for the Akim. All right, because Esau, he's going full force into his wickedness, man. He's pushing transhumanism on an all-time high level. All right, he's pushing women's rights on an all-time high level. All right, he's pushing his gender neutrality at an all-time level. All right, he's pushing nuclear talk, or that nuclear war talk, that war rhetoric. All right, it's out there. It's out there in the mainstream. All right, it's not something that all these, the alternative media is talking about. Nah, this is mainstream media. Nuclear war with these different nations. All right, Esau, he's changing up his policies to go after Russia and China. These emerging superpowers. All right, military might. All right, all these things are happening. All right, so you know what? There was another. I think it's another scripture. Oh yeah, verse 14. Let me get verse 14. Let me get verse 12, man. All right, let me get verse 12. This is Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And you see that there's no love here in America, especially for you Negroes, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You're looked down upon. You're called niggas and spicks. You're told to leave the country. You come from shithole countries. You're the one that's messing up the economy. Or you're taking all the jobs. Or you're nothing but just a gun-toting thug. All right. That's what you Israelites are deemed as. All right, when really it's the so-called white man. That's that gun-toting thug. All right, that's the scripture called the accuser of thy brethren. He tries to accuse Israel of going off when he's the one. The scriptures say that woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that you may look upon their nakedness. Esau, that's what you damn devils have done. You gave Jake only a few ways to get out of the hood. All right, and all of those ways are doing wickedness, man. All right, either you're a contractual slave, which we all are contractual slaves by default. All right, we're still under tribute under the so-called white man. We still have to adhere to his laws. We still have to have a birth certificate, a social security number, a driver's license. So we're all contractual slaves, but we have Jakes that are on higher level contractual slaves. All right, in the entertainment industry. All right, in the sports industry. All right, the sports world. All right, that cosmos. And what do they do? Esau, he throws Jake big bags, man, big money. All right, to hush him up. That's why the scriptures say that a gift destroyeth the heart. You see that? So Esau, he gave Jake gifts in the form of all these amenities. All right, so he can live above the hood, because all Jake is in the hood, man. Shit. All right, we all came from the hood, so to speak. We all came from poverty. All right, even if you had a middle class, if you're a middle class Israelite family, you're in poverty, man. What will happen if one of your parents' job? What happens if they would have died or something? How would you be able to sustain yourself, sustain that family, sustain that lifestyle? You will have to what do they call it? You have to I forget the name, but you have to live at a lower means, man. Okay, you wouldn't be able to sustain that high level of living, you know. And I remember that as a kid, you know, we were living on a certain level you would call a so-called middle class black family, and then times got hard. And then what happened, man? You had to go down to living in a house to an apartment. All right, living from apartment, hotels. Okay. So Esau, he has given Jacob this choice: either serve him, okay, or be in a hood and pretty much suffer them curses on a higher level. Verse 13, but he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. So because of the time is being sped up, that's a beautiful thing, man. That in itself that in itself should pump you up, right? That in itself, knowing that the Lord, damn, I missed my turn. Knowing that the Lord, He's speeding the time up for His elect men, that the things that He has said, He has promised, right? He promised all these things, and He's making do on all His promises, right? The scriptures say that the Lord said He's not a man that He shall lie, all right, and that He changes not. So everything that he was saying thousands of years ago, it applies now. All right, it says, verse 14, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Matthew 24:14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. So this gospel has been preached unto this gospel of the kingdom, the gospel of the kingdom. You see that? You have the Christian church talking about the gospel. No, it's the gospel of the kingdom. So the kingdom of heaven is going to come down. That's why John the Revelator said he saw New Jerusalem. He saw new heaven and new earth. All right, because that New Jerusalem, it represents the Israelites. It represents the elect coming down to establish rulership on the planet Earth. All the men of the Lord, all the disciples wanted to know when this time was going to come. All right, the time where the rulership was going to be given to Yahweh Shai perpetually, forever, eternal. And then through that, we were going to get that same promise. We're going to get that same promise of everlasting life, the same promise of them new bodies. All right, so we're closer, and we're at the end. So we have to endure that. That's why the scriptures say that that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. And you're gonna catch a lot of hell, so to speak. Or you're gonna sometimes feel like you're going crazy. You know, demons gonna be messing with you on a high level. You know, but we gotta endure that, because the scriptures say that the Lord, He's speeding the time up for the elect. All right, because if it wasn't for the Lord speeding the time up, man, these days be going by hella slow, man. And you know a slow day when you know a slow day, man. All right, so with that, I want to say shalom.